that are using this, and I want to be able to support it. And actually, the first time I had a job was a client said, "Look, I need to set up my computer." When I got there, it was a Mac. I said, "You said you had a computer. This isn't a computer; it's a Mac." So I set it up and I loved it. I went and bought one. I think like the next day, and I've been liking them since. Once you use it, I think, and you like it. And that's from my experience anyway.
Cool. The second part of his email. Also, I wanted to bring your attention that on more than one occasion I browsed all around podnutz.com for your email addresses and could not find them anywhere. Lalo, Matt, Matt with two T's. You get the idea. I think that it would be great if the host email addresses were posted under either their respective shows or listed under contacts. That would be helpful. Steve Turbino, the people have spoken. You guys rock. I listen to all your shows on my drive to work, and I learn something new every time I listen. Thanks a million. And then he talks about the Windows 8 that Matt was talking about.
So I want, yeah. So we should apologize to Scott and anyone else who's having trouble emailing us. We will we'll look into that, but at the shows we'll spell out our email addresses. Mine is Matt, two T's, MATT at podnutz.com.
Mine is LLALO apostrophe colon slash. No, mine is pretty much LALO, but
So that's a good point. Yeah, So I don't think I've ever spelled out my email address.
No, that's same here. And I guess for the new folks that listen to the show, it would be beneficial. So
we certainly don't want people having trouble contacting us, so we'll have to address that. So
in fact, just wait a few minutes, and I'll just give out my personal phone number.
I'll just give out my email address.
Call me 24/7. Those are all the emails that I have. If I missed your email, I'm sorry. And just
we got a couple more. That's all you got. I sent you a few more.
Oh, let me go ahead and poke through my email real quick. Because those were the ones you sent me a little bit earlier. My apologies.
Okay, so I can read them. I got
Go
them
ahead.
here.
Go ahead.
All right, we got one from Darren. He asked, "What is the best way to configure Office Outlook 2010 for someone who likes to keep all their emails and send out large attachments? Is there any other way that Outlook saves emails besides a PST file?" Take it away, Lalo.
Go ahead.
All right, so as far as I don't know. I mean, Outlook, that's what they
say it
use.
again. I'm sorry. I was paying attention to what the chat room, but they were asking the questions.
Okay.
Say it one more time. I apologize.
I'm sorry, the question? Okay. The question. What is the best way to configure Office Outlook 2010 for someone who likes to keep all of their emails and send out large attachments? Is there any other way that Outlook saves emails besides a PST file?
So you want to just save the attachments?
Well, I guess he wants to save all of his mail, and he has attachments in that mail. So I'm guessing this is without Exchange.
I'm also guessing that. See, I use third-party tools to strip the attachments off emails, but he also wants to keep the email.
Yeah, I think he wants to keep all that stuff. So I'm thinking no. I mean, PST files archived out to keep them a reasonable size.
Yeah, I mean, because there's no other way that you can keep that format.
Yeah, that's what Outlook uses, is the PST file. Even in 2010, they use a PST file. So
hey, if anyone is listening and can chime in, you can email me at lalo@podnutz.com, Matt.
Yeah, MATT at podnutz.com. So I'm saying no. There's no other way. That's how Outlook does it, unfortunately.
Okay.
The dreaded PST file. And this is actually posted in the chat, but I suspect he may have had problems finding our email address. So we're going to read that right here. This is from Callie Scott, C-A-L-I Scott, in the Podnutz forums. And he's talking about I talked about the Windows refresh last week, I think,
okay,
where it saves your data, reinstalls Windows, and then puts your data back.
Yes.
So he says, I just want to point out that this seems very similar to a function that is currently available with Microsoft Deployment Toolkit 2010. MDT is a set of tools provided by Microsoft which allows administrators to deploy computer images over the network. One of the features is a refresh option, which uses what they call hard link migration.
Yes, and that's what we
Mhm.
use.
Yep. So it does sound exactly like it. So hard link migration creates new links to the user's personal files and configuration files instead of actually moving them. I have used this as an option and it is quite a time saver. You can even use it to go from Windows XP to Windows 7 while retaining all of the user's data and settings, much like that applications you guys were advertising a while back. Anywho, I would venture to guess that this feature of Windows 8 would probably use some sort of snapshot-esque technology to revert the OS to a new state while also utilizing hard link migration to retain the user settings and files. This being the case, I can see it completing in a fairly short period of time, and he's got a link to a TechNet article about hard link migration. And this was in the, I believe it was the Podnutz Pro section in the forum. Um, how do y'all use this, Lalo? You said you use hard link migration.
Yeah, we our desktops we use a product called SCCM, and which stands for, what does the SCCM stand for? Uh, so many acronyms.
Yeah.
We use version 2007. It's System Center Configuration Manager. So we can take a desktop that's running XP or Windows 7, and we migrate that operating system to Windows 7. And part of the process, it scans all the user profiles. It creates hard links for the desktops, their My Documents, their favorites. There's some other app data that we also transfer over. It lays down the operating system and puts that data back. So when the user logs in, they have all of their data. They're right there. They have all their shortcuts, their My Documents. We also have to migrate the all users because there's some shortcuts that are not placed on your desktop. They're placed on the all users shortcut. And then with SCCM, we can do a task sequence, which is the order of events. Install antivirus, install app B, install app C. So pretty much our migrations, we kick off at 7 o'clock, which is pretty automated. By the time we walk in the morning, there's a control delete screen. The fully customized has all the data backed up. So it's pretty neat. If I've done operating system migrations before, and this is pretty much close to zero touch that you're going to get. The only thing that we have to do manually, there's so many different type of scanners with 4,000 users, and so pretty cool.
Very nice. Yeah, so that's a nice article if anybody wants to read that. I think we'll have it um, if we have show notes. Or it's in the forum if you want to read about it.
Yes, and if you are in an environment where you're doing mass deployment of operating systems, so much easier.
So it's nice that they include this technology in the Windows 8. That's a nice function of that. So
Yeah, I will have to verify that to see if that's the technology. I mean, it sounds just like it.
yeah,
So,
it does. It sounds exactly like it. So I didn't read the whole article, but I will have to look at that. I'm sure it is from the sound of it and what the refresh PC service does. That's the only way it could accomplish what it's doing in that short a time.
mhm.
So very nice. Very nice. That was a post in the forum. Like I said, he might have had trouble emailing us too.
Gotcha.
And that was the last one.
Cool, man. Well, Matt, is there anything you want to say to the people at home? Anything you want to speak about?
No, thanks everybody for listening, of course. Um, and if you want to contact me, my email address is Matt, that's two T's, M-A-T-T. I never even knew that people spelled Matt with one T, but I did have somebody a few weeks back that said they tried to email me and never got it. And he told me M-A-T, right? I said, no, I'm sorry, M-A-T-T. I never even knew. So yeah, M-A-T-T at podnutz.com.
And you can email me at lalo@podnutz.com. In fact, Steve, if you're in the chat room, just make my email address the catch mail. I'll just get everything. I don't care what you type at podnutz.com. It will go straight to me.
Uh,
But thank you for everyone for watching and listening to the show. Matt, thank you for your Saints whipping my Chicago Bears and made me cry.
you know what? We were glad to do it because that's the first time we've beaten Chicago in years.
So thank you very much. But again, we'll see you again next Wednesday. If you have any questions, any comments, again, a little bit earlier, if you want to chime in to the type of routers that you guys use, what you like about them, what you don't like about them. The beauty of this field, there is no one only way to do things. You can do it many different ways, many different methods, and that's a beautiful thing. So let's spread the knowledge. All right, guys, we'll see you next week, and you have a good one.
Good night, everybody.